The job market has changed again, and if you're not paying attention, you're going to be left behind. Nearly 80% of companies now say they expect employees to use AI on the job, and I am seeing it firsthand. Roles that looked stable just a year ago are already being rewritten. The skills companies are hiring for aren't the same ones they valued 5 years ago or even 2 years ago. Employees in AI-exposed roles are watching skill requirements shift 60% faster than in other jobs, and by 2027, almost a quarter of all jobs worldwide will either disappear or look completely different. So this isn't just another small shift. It's one of the biggest career resets we will ever see. And whilst most people are scrambling to keep up, this is your chance to get ahead of 99% of them starting right now. I'm Georgie Hubbard, and I'm the author of The Bold Move, Build Confidence and Reinvent Your Career in the Age of AI. And I've spent over a decade in recruitment and 8 years running my own agency. And I hear it every single day, directly from hiring managers and talent leaders, what they're really looking for in their next hires. And I'm going to break down the 3 shifts you need to make to future-proof your career so you don't get left behind. Because the reality is, over the course of my career, I've watched thousands of professionals rise and stall simply because they didn't adapt fast enough. And right now, we're in one of the biggest shifts of our time. AI, hybrid work, global competition is all moving faster than ever. But here's the part most people don't realize. If you know how to play the game, you can actually create more security, more opportunities, and more freedom in your career than ever before, which means it's time to leave behind the old way and embrace the bold way forward. Because the old rules of work, waiting for a promotion, sticking to one safe path, hoping someone notices you, those don't work anymore. So here's the very first shift that you need to make. Reinvention is no longer optional. The old career ladder, it is gone. Today, it's not about climbing rung by rung. It's about pivoting laterally, diagonally into opportunities that are now emerging. Think of your career like a chessboard, not a ladder. The people who win are the ones who are going to be moving strategically, the ones who aren't going to wait for permission and not wait for the next rung to appear. And here's where most people miss the point. Staying safe in the same role for years actually puts you at the biggest risk. Reinvention isn't about throwing everything away. It's about recognizing what skills you already have and how they can open doors into completely new industries and roles. That's exactly what happened to me in my own career. I started as a beauty therapist, which on paper looked nothing like tech recruitment. But when I made the pivot, I realized that I was already bringing so many transferable skills with me. Building trust with clients, listening deeply, communicating clearly, reading people, and managing busy schedules, those skills didn't disappear. They came with me, and they became the foundation of my success. And that's really what reinvention is all about. Identifying your transferable skills, carrying your wisdom into new spaces, and constantly upskilling, reskilling to stay relevant. It's not one big leap. It's a series of intentional moves that keep you adaptable, employable, and always one step ahead. So you might be thinking, well, how do I figure out what my transferable skills are? Well, you can start by asking yourself these simple 3 questions. Number 1, what do people always come to me for? Maybe it's problem solving, calming down a tense situation, or explaining complex ideas clearly. Number 2, what tasks do you feel come naturally to you? The things that you do without thinking are often the skills that are most valuable. And question number 3, what results have I created in the past that could matter anywhere? For example, managing projects, leading a team, hitting sales targets, building great relationships, or creating systems. Once you've got your list, don't just keep it in your head. Write them down. Then take those skills and plug them into job boards. You will be amazed at how quickly you see the same skills show up across totally different industries and roles. Because this is the secret. When you stop looking at yourself through the lens of a job title and start seeing yourself as a set of skills, you unlock way more opportunities. You stop being boxed in and you start playing the career game on your terms. Okay, shift number 2. Human skills are your new currency. Yes, AI can process data faster than we ever could, but it can't replace confidence, communication, leadership, and emotional intelligence. And I am seeing this play out every single day in the marketplace. It used to be that a hiring manager would tell me, we need someone with 10 years experience and this exact skill set. But now those same conversations sound completely different. They're saying to me, Georgie, we need someone who is adaptable, resilient, and emotionally intelligent. These have become the new career superpowers. In fact, I was on a call the other day with a hiring manager who put it perfectly. They said to me, on a scale of 1 to 10, technically, we need someone who's about a 5 because AI can now do so much of the grunt work. But when it comes to adaptability, emotional intelligence, and leadership, we need someone who's a 9. That's the shift. Your human skills are now your career superpowers. These are things that will set you apart. These are things that you need to drill down on. So just pause for a moment and think. When was the last time you actually worked on your confidence or your communication or your ability to tell a compelling story? If the answer is not recently, that's the opportunity staring you in the face right now. Now, you might be thinking, well, how do I actually build my human skills? Well, here are some ways. Build your confidence, because confidence is a muscle. Start by practicing in small reps. Speak out once in every meeting, even if it's just to ask a thoughtful question. The more you use your voice, the stronger it gets. Then work on your communication and your storytelling. Record yourself explaining an idea in under 2 minutes. Watch it back and notice. Are you clear? Are you engaging? Or did you ramble? Then refine it. Or better yet, you could even practice with a great friend until it feels natural and compelling. You can even use the ChatGPT voice function and ask it to act like a top communication coach, giving you live feedback on your answers. I tell my candidates to do this before an interview, and it is the best preparation, making them feel ready and confident. Then you got to double down on your emotional intelligence. Build the habit of pausing before reacting. In your next conversation, instead of just jumping straight in, ask, what is really going on for this person? That awareness and that empathy is what separates good leaders from great ones. It also gets you noticed, which can lead to more opportunities in your workplace. And finally, you've got to become more adaptable. Push yourself to learn one new tool or method each month. It could be an AI app, or a new way of working, or even a mini course. The point isn't mastery. It's showing that you can flex and adapt. Anything that challenges your thinking and expands your thinking, do it. Because here's the bold new mindset that I want you to adapt. Updating your resume every year, it isn't enough anymore. You need to update yourself, your confidence, your communication, and your adaptability. Those are the skills that will future-proof your career. Okay, now the final shift, number 3, build your opportunity ecosystem. Here's the reality. Your next role likely won't come from a job ad. It'll come from your network, your brand, and the way you show up. Mid-career is when your reputation becomes your resume. But the question is, are people seeing you as someone who's ready for that next bold move? Or are they seeing you as someone stuck in the same box they put you in years ago? And just take a moment to hear this, because most people I coach already have the skills. They're just not visible. But here is the reality. Around 85% of jobs are filled through networking, and nearly 70% of roles are never even advertised publicly. They're filled through referrals, conversations, or people already in the loop. That is how powerful your network is. So don't wait until you need a job to start networking. By then, to be honest, it's already too late. You need to be putting yourself in the right rooms now. So go to industry events, reach out to people on LinkedIn, and hang around the conversations where opportunities are being created. Think of it like planting seeds. Every coffee chat, every LinkedIn post, every event you attend, it all builds visibility and trust. Because the truth, honestly, is most opportunities don't now come from job boards. They come from people who know you, people who know your work, and people who think of you when something comes up. In my own career, networking has been one of the biggest game changers. I've continued to invest in my network year after year, and it has paid off massively. Opportunities, partnerships, collaborations, they all come through people I feel genuine connections with. I'm so passionate about networking, I've even now run my own called Sisterhood Socials. That is how passionate I am about being in the right room with the right people. So ask yourself, are you waiting for opportunities to show up, or are you positioning yourself to be the person people call when they do? Now, you might be thinking, well, how do I start networking? And I know it can feel really intimidating. So I want to give you 3 things that you can do right now to really help you network with intention and purpose. The first thing I want you to do is reach out to one person you already know. It could be an old colleague, a manager you respected, or someone you studied with. Send a quick message and say, hey, I'd love to catch up and hear what you're working on, and even share some market insights. Simple, with no agenda. Next, show up online. Share one post this week on LinkedIn about something you're learning, an insight from your work, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Visibility creates trust, and trust creates opportunity. Then pick just one networking event to attend this month. It might be a local industry meetup, a conference, or even a webinar. Don't wait until you need a new role to show up. Start putting yourself in the right rooms now. Honestly, networking is now not about just collecting business cards. It's about planting seeds. And the more seeds you plant, the more opportunities you'll have down the track. And as the stats show, most jobs are now filled through networks, not job ads. This is where the real game is now being played. So here is the bottom line. The job market has changed again, but this time you can change with it. Reinvent strategically, double down your human skills, build your ecosystem of opportunities. And if you do these 3 things while everyone else is scrambling, you'll be the one stepping into roles they only dreamed about. So if this resonated and you're ready to future-proof your career with bold moves, hit that subscribe button as I will continue to make these videos to ensure you stay ready and relevant in the age of AI.